Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an Airbus pilot, and welcome back to another flight in the Airbus A321NEO. Today we are taking her from Los Angeles over to Orlando in a very quick 4 hours and 5 minutes, thanks to a lovely 72 knot tailwind on the flight. Now, we are going to depart this one on VATSIM, and we do currently have ATC online, and I'm kind of hoping that we'll have ATC on the arrival as well. If not, well, then we can always help ourselves using AI. Now, let's go ahead and board our A321 for today's service. Now, going right up to the flight deck, which I really think is looking a lot better since the latest FS Labs update, isn't it? Like, it's hard to put in words, but I just think it looks better, especially when you're getting close up or when you're looking at things like the overhead panel. In any case, let's go ahead and get started with our procedures. We got engine masters off, mode selector norm, the weather radar is turned off, landing gear lever down, wipers off, and then we can turn our ADRs 1, 2, and 3 on. We can do our APU fire test, which is looking fantastic. Temperature is currently 17 degrees, so I'm not gonna bother with the APU just yet, but it's always good to have that test out of the way already. Now let's go right down into the ATSU and the AOC menu, where we can initialize our flight. Delta 482 it is, and the request is now in progress. Our first officer is going to be 330 co-pilot here, so let's add that to the crew list already, and that's it. So for the OFP data, we actually got to have a look at our flight plan. So let's start with that. Briefing, dispatcher maps. Alright, so here's what the flight looks like. Departing Los Angeles southbound and then in a straight line across the United States and the Gulf of Mexico for the arrival into Tampa. A little bit of jet streams that we're crossing over here, clear weather on the second half of the flight, and on the wind chart you can immediately see where that 72 knot tailwind comes from. Now, let's go ahead and have a look at the weather. Our departure weather in Los Angeles is looking very good, and the arrival weather into Orlando is going to be good as well. Our alternate Tampa is good at the time of our arrival at around 2000 UTC. However, do notice that at night it's going to get bad. Ain't going to impact us, but always good to have the big picture in mind. Now, for the flight plan itself, we are leaving Los Angeles at 15:55 and arriving in Orlando 20 minutes ahead of schedule. Our weights are all not critical, and we're cruising in level 350 at first, 370 later. Now, scrolling down to our fuel section, we got 26,000 freedom units of fuel in our tanks, plus taxi, making it basically 26.5. Now, I am going to take a little bit more. We are going to make this 27,000 pounds. Then we are on the safe side for any possible taxi delay as well. So let's go right down here, block fuel 2700, and we can turn that into an instant refueling, please, because the plane would basically have been refueled by this time already. And let's go to boarding, and we are going to start boarding now. Request, thank you. And finally, we'll request our departure aiders down here as well, and then we can have a very quick look at what we've got. So Los Angeles information Charlie is current, and that's exactly like the weather that we had in our forecast. All looking fantastic. Then let's have a look at the load sheet, which is for the November 591 Delta Tango, which is the plane that we are flying today. Zero fuel weight is the limiting factor today, 2 pilot, 5 cabin crews, that's all looking fantastic. We can accept this, and then we do a slot notification down here, which we can more or less ignore. Alright, for the data, our aircraft status is an A321-200 with a Pratt & Whitney engine, nav database is up to date. Then let's delete that stored waypoint down there, and finally our flight plan has already uplinked, beautiful. So from here, let's go ahead and have a look at our aircraft's technical status. Oh, and that EFB just crashed, lovely. So, lavatory D, ashtray missing, yeah, that's not really going to be any problem for us, so we can put that one away. Then let's do our preliminary takeoff calculations here. On runway 24 left, all the rest is looking good. So let's hit calculate. And that gives us a config 1 plus F takeoff. Let's see what conf 2 is going to give us, just to be on the safe side here. And that's fantastic. Okay, so we know that we can depart. We also got the oxygen, we got the hydraulics, and we also got the oil. Alright, that's all looking good. Then let's do a recall for 3 seconds. And there's nothing in there. Status page. That's because the IRS hasn't aligned yet. Maintenance flight control, but that is nothing significant. Otherwise it would generate warnings. Well, and with that we are basically done down here. Alright, then let's go ahead and start with our pre-flight procedure. So that's all looking good. Fueling is complete, so seatbelts are coming on. Let's go ahead and test those batteries off and on again. And ILAC. Yep, that's looking good. The amps are going up then down. So fuel pumps are on. Engine fire test. Number 1 is looking good. No, not you. Number 2 is looking good. The right hand side is all good. Then let's go down here. We need a QNH. So let's find the QNH. And it's 3008. Like that. Alright, we're recording on the 12th of February. The rest is all looking good. And we do not need ATC just yet, but let's already get that stuff up. Like this, ATC page is all looking good. Alright, transponder is set, the middle is done, the right hand side is done. Then let's get into our FMS setup. So, SimBrief dispatch, here we go. And that's Delta 482, flight plan number 2, that's the correct one. So, Los Angeles to Orlando, alternate Tampa, Delta 482, cost NX20, flight level 350. Then, flight plan, departure, we're going off 24 left on the dot 2 with the scenery transition. Let's select that, and for the arrival, we are looking at an ILS approach runway 35 left. We got the pricey 4 arrival, and we're coming in from charge. Alright, insert that. Now for the secondary emergencies, LAX X7, which is based on Los Angeles 24 left with a 251 track and 25 nautical miles. So let's insert that, put a holding in there, 251 inbound, looking good. Immediate return back to Los Angeles in case of any failures, and 24 right is selected for the time being. Alright, so that's all looking good down here. Now let's insert that same thing in the fixed pages. Los Angeles 24 left, 251 track, LAX 7, like this. And now for the init page, we got a zero fuel weight of 150.7. We don't know the final CG yet. Block fuel 27, and for the fuel figures, we're looking at 1.1, 2.5, and 2.3. Like this. Okay, finally let's get our takeoff data, and that's a config 2 takeoff at 58 degrees. Okay, and speeds 156, 159, 159. Like that, engine out, 1610, which is 1500 above the ground, nothing pre-selected, and Los Angeles 24 left. So, cruising 350, optimum 330, max 363, that looks okay. Let's just go ahead and enter that step climb. So, you got level 370 at Charger. Like this. Alright, then let's go ahead and request that wind data, and then we're basically done with our FMS setup. Last thing to do now is to cross-check our standard instrument departure. So let's find that one. Import Los Angeles pinned charts dots 2. Here we go. So straight ahead, Del Rey below 3000, NE below 5000, and then NANC. So we've got Del Rey below 3000, NE below 5000, and then we continue towards NANC. From there, it's a left turn to Hank, PV, Holtz, and we got Hank, PV, and Holtz, and then we continue via dots above 15,000, Wild, Blacked, Castaway, and Scenery. We got dots, Wild, Blacked, Castaway, and Scenery. Alright, that actually looks pretty good. So, then we're just waiting for the winds to arrive, and apart from that, we've done almost everything. Let's see, top altitude 17,000 is now set as well, and the QNH 3008 on this side and on this side. Okay, so that's our setup completed. Then let's see, we got 12 minutes till our scheduled departure time. And, well, then we can already go for our clearance, I'd say. 12095. And the winds are here as well. Let's see, extra fuel and time minus 1.7. Yeah, we'll see about that. Once we're airborne, I'm sure that that is definitely going to change. Alright, let's give the tower a call and see if we can get that PDC. Los Angeles Tower, good afternoon. Delta 482, request PDC. Nope, not talking to us yet, it seems. I think he just came online, though. Previously we just had SoCal, so let's give him a minute. We'll just do the briefing in the meantime, and then we can ask for the clearance again. So, we are going to depart. Los Angeles, runway 24 left, dots 2 departure, initial 17,000, MSA 3,000 over the water, otherwise a little bit higher than that. Extra fuel and time currently says minus 1.7, but I'm sure that once we're in the air that is going to change. Now, our taxi's got no hotspots, and stop margin for the RTO is 170 meters plus the TUS effect. In case of an immediate return, we are going to come back to runway 24 right or 24 left, depending on the nature of the failure. The long runways are suitable for sure. We'll see about the short runway. Engine out sits straight at 25 to pick up the holding. 3,000 over the water is fine. Then we'll get vectors back over here or as required. I'm only going to fly visual pattern or stuff like that in case of an unextinguishable fire. We are above the max landing weight, so overweight landing procedure will do if we have got the time. If we've got no time, just turn the packs off and then we're good to go. Now, our SID has a couple of altitude restrictions on there, which shouldn't really affect us too much, but we are gonna see about that. And I've got nothing special, nothing non-standard. Do you see any threats for today's departure? No? Okay, then that's our briefing completed. So, let's just try that tower again. Los Angeles Tower, good afternoon. Delta 482, request PDC.
You're calling LA Tower for PDC. Who was that?
Delta 482.
Delta 482, standby.
Okay, he's working on it.
Tower, good day from German Cargo 453 with you on the cargo apron request taxi Alpha.
So, haven't received the PDC just yet, but let me already bring you the V-pilot view over here. Because, well, that's how they do these.
453 heavy, runway 25 left, taxi via Alpha Fox.
So, while waiting for that thing to arrive, I think we can already go ahead and tell our
Gemma Cargo 5, if you
I guess you can already go ahead and say hello to our
LA
passengers.
Tower, Amazon 6222, ready to taxi.
Ladies and gentlemen, very good morning from Flight. This is your captain speaking. My name is Emmanuel and in the name of Delta, welcome aboard our Airbus A321 on our flight to Orlando. Today's flight time has been calculated just shy of 4 hours, and we're expecting a mostly smooth flight. For the time being, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the trip with us. We'll get back to you with the latest weather when we start our approach, and in the meantime, we are finishing out the last paperwork. Once that is completed, we will start our engines and taxi out from runway 24 left for a departure across the bay and then turn back via the south with a direct course to Florida. Thank you very much for your attention, thanks for being on board, and we're looking forward to this flight with you.
1540, Los Angeles Tower. Wind is 26014, runway 24 right, clear to land.
Alright, what is V-Pilot doing right now? That's definitely looking interesting here.
Quake 646 heavy, runway 25 left, line up, wait.
25 left, line up, wait.
It's, yeah, V-Pilot is a bit messed up right now. Looks like it didn't like...
646 heavy, expect a 3-minute delay for intro spacing.
Looks like it didn't like when I minimized it. Just closing and opening it again is doing the trick, but we have not actually received the PDC yet. Well, in the meantime, let's already do the cockpit preparation checklist. There's gear pins and covers removed, fuel quantity, 27,000 freedom units balanced, seatbelts on, ADRs, nav and QNH, altimeters, QNH 300.
And Los Angeles Tower.
And that's our checklist complete. Alright, so let's start the APU.
FedEx 8912, contact departure with you.
And while we're doing that, I am just going to expedite the boarding a little bit here.
Super. Los Angeles Tower, runway
Someone told me
24
recently
left,
that on this page you should be able to see how many passengers are there on board, but I'm afraid not really. Just says boarding now, but doesn't tell me how many it's boarded already.
United 983, holding short 25 left.
Well, so be it. What I'm gonna do now, in order to expedite that boarding, is go down here, add to AOC menu, boarding, and we'll just go to instant. Alright, request. And that way boarding should now be completed, so that we should get that load sheet. And surprise, there it is, 151.0. That makes us slightly heavier. 151, that's looking good, and 31.4. Like that. Alright. Minus 1.7 stays, that's okay. That is going to become better once we're in the air. And that thing gives us a trim here of 29.4. Which equals minus 0.4 down.
Super. Arnav Delray, wind 26014, runway 24 left.
Like that.
Takeoff.
Okay, takeoff
no
data
way,
is
traffic
checked.
on a 4-mile final for the parallel.
Load sheet is accepted, and then we're good to go.
Left, Arnav Delray, I'm the 205 Super takeoff.
Okay, APU is online. So, please prepare the position for pushback and departure. And looks like we just need to restart GSX here. Get rid of that, to get rid of that boarding in progress. Then all that's missing now is the PDC, so let's try one more time. Actually, we got a ground now, 1 to 1.75. Let's call him. Los Angeles ground, good morning, Delta 482, request PDC.
Stand by.
Wait for it now, he's not gonna send it either, and instead we are gonna get handed over to delivery. That'd be lovely. That'd mean full ATC for the departure. I would absolutely appreciate that. Alright, I think GSX restarted, since they've just reopened the door, so prepare for pushback and departure. And yeah, GPU can go, door can close, then we're pretty much done with everything here. Alrighty, so flight plan over there, performance over here, and then we are just waiting for that ATC clearance. Okay, so down here everything's done, 21.5 is on there. And yeah, then we're just waiting for ATC clearance. Flight deck door is still showing open. Here we go. Ground from flight deck. Please confirm that all the doors and hatches are closed, ground equipment is removed, and the bypass pin is installed. Now that's all confirmed, Captain. Alright, thanks. Then we'll get clearance from ATC now.
Who's calling for PDC?
Delta 482. Okay, so before start checklist, please. Tell you what, the PDC has just been received, then let's go ahead and do that real quick before we get started on the checklist. So here's our PDC. That's flight Delta 482, Los Angeles to Orlando with an A321NEO, squawk 1314. Like that, Los Angeles .2 scenery, and the rest should be as filed in here. Climb as sit, except maintain 5000. So 5000 is set, expect level 3505 minutes after departure, frequency 128.05. Like that, and call ground 12175 when ready for taxi. Okay, beauty. So that's our PDC received, and then we're good to go. So squawk machine is going on. Before start checklist. So park and brake. Set, takeoff speeds and thrust, V1 156, VR 159, V2 159, flex 58. Windows, locked, bacon, on and tasty. Before start checklist complete. Okay, ground flight deck, we are ready to push, and park and brake is set. Roger that, facing north on to the whiskey point, please. And the park and brake is now released. Okay, start the pushback, and you're clear to start the engines at your discretion. Roger. So, off block at 55, that is exactly on time. I like it. We're going good today. So, start sequence is going to be 1 then 2, and since we might be facing a little bit of a cooling here, it's Pratt & Whitney engines after all, let's go ahead and commence engine number 1 start now. Yeah, look at that. Okay, 118 is a bit better. Engine 1 start. And here we go. So, that cooling down there, why does it even have to do that? Well, you can best envision this by just looking at the way those engines look in comparison with old engines. So the latest generation of engines is just a lot taller and a lot larger than the previous generation of aircraft engines, and therefore, when the engines are getting turned off, the hot air goes to the top of the engine. Remember, hot air always goes up. And, well, this means that the parts at the top of the engine are at a different temperature and therefore a little bit more flexible than those parts of the engine that are located at the bottom of the engine. So, in order to In order to compensate for that effect, the engines are getting cooled a little bit by the fader, by just motoring them at low RPMs. In case of the A321, that's about 10% N2 with the Pratt & Whitney 1100 engines. And only once that predetermined cooldown timer has elapsed, the engines are actually going to run all the way up. Which is happening just now on engine number 1, as you can see.
Lufthansa's ground. Good afternoon, Lufthansa 45.
Alright, here we go. And pushback is completed, so park and brake.
Altimeter 3006, ready for push and start.
Park and brake set.
Lufthansa 457 Super, LA ground to low, push on Aquila, face north, expect runway 24 left for departure, caution, a company A350 I believe, pushing off your left.
Engine 2 start.
Push on Aquila approved, facing north, expect 24 left and...
so again, cooling in progress over here.
457 Super.
Lufthansa 453 Heavy.
Now, something worth mentioning here.
I don't know what is happening. We just got ejected out of the gate. We'll flew back to the gate real quick.
Sounds like someone's using GSX over there.
West for the Super.
No, I'm not going to comment on that, on the VATSIM frequency. I thought about it for a moment, if I'm completely honest, but... nah. I'm definitely going to comment on it on my video, though. We just got ejected off the gate. You don't hear that too often.
Easy.
Alright, we're sitting up here in Delta 9.
For one,
2 for left.
flight plan.
Probably just going to be Delta 9 Echo.
Correct.
Something like that. Maybe Delta 7.
Logged on as the correct thing. Log in.
We'll see about that.
Echo Zulu Yankee 508.
Alright, so the cooling timer is running out. Now it's increasing N2. Then it's going to add fuel.
One side for information Delta.
Here we go.
Emirates 216 Super, Legrand, hello, thanks for Delta.
It's quite incredible how long those engine starts are taking with the new engines, isn't it?
Caution, a Lufthansa A380 pushing out for your left.
Alright, so the push approved, face north on Kilo, expect 24 left, Emirates 216.
Alright, ground, we got 2 good engine starts. Prepare the airplane for taxi. See you on the left hand side. Have a good day, bye bye. Alright, and that engine is available. Trim slightly down, like that. Here we go. Okay, after start checklist, anti-ice off, ecam status check, pitch trim 30%, rudder trim neutral, after start checklist complete. Ground Delta 482 request taxi.
Delta 42, altimeter 3006, runway 24 left, taxi via Echo.
Runway 24 left, taxi via Echo, Delta 406. Correction, Delta 482. Alright, straight ahead, via Echo, 24 left. That's as briefed. So, clear right side, clear left side. Let's go. So, brake check. Pressure 0. So, straight ahead and then off to the right. Flight controls. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Rudder. Full left, full right, and neutral. Alright. So, next to the right is Echo. And I got no changes to the takeoff briefing.
Delta 42, monitor LA Tower 120 for under 502.
Delta 42, monitoring tower, see ya. Alright, and then 128050 is going to be the departure frequency. Alright, taxi checklist. Flight controls checked, flaps, config 2, radar and predictive wind shear, on and auto, engine mode selector, norm, econ memo, takeoff, no blue. Taxi checklist complete. And here's 24 left, the full length.
Delta 482 Los Angeles Tower. RNAV to Delray. Wind 26014, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff.
On off to Delray, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff, Delta 482. Hi, Emmanuel here. Thank you very much, and please take your seats for departure. Alright, let's just do a proper lineup here. Lineup checklist, takeoff runway, 24 left, full length, TCAS, Tara, PEX 1 and 2, off, lamp checklist complete. Okay, you ready? Then, takeoff. Manflex 58, SRS, auto thrust blue. Thrust set. knots. Checked. V1, rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. Nav. Checked. Man, that wind just came rather active here. Thrust climb, climb auto thrust. Flaps 1. Speed checked.
Del 482, contact departure now on 128.05.
128.05, Delta 482, see ya. Circle departure, Delta 482, passing 2000, climbing 5000.
Delta 482, SoCal, select radar contact, climb via 6 at maintain 17,000, and turn left direct TV.
Climb by set 17,000, left direct TV, Delta 482. Okay, 17,000.
Southwest 1540, turn left heading 280,
and
join the runway
direct PV. Flap 0. Speed check.
Southwest 1540, turn left heading 280,
Zero.
join the runway 24 right localizer.
Turn left heading 280 and join localizer.
GPS 2859, wind 240 at 4, runway 26 left.
What are you complaining about? Pack? Yeah, you're gonna get that pack in a moment. There you go. Alright, acceleration flow pattern, flaps up, spoilers retracted, gear up, packs on, and complete.
American 2334, contact LA Tower 120.905, we'll see you.
1209050, thank you for American 2334.
SoCal approach, good afternoon, Citation Bravo Zulu down 10,000 on the Jet 5 arrival with Kilo, expecting visual 15.
Okay, so let's turn on to that track. Autopilot 1. And here we go.
Onto 34, SoCal approach, the San Diego altimeter 300.
So let's ask the important question first. 2002, schedule is 2030 I think, or 2035 even.
Roger,
2035. I'm loving it.
4 Alpha Zulu, expect a 4-stack visual runway 15.
That TV obviously helps cut off quite some miles from here as well. That's lovely. That is absolutely lovely.
4 Alpha Zulu, fly present.
What's the fuel doing now?
Descend and maintain.
8 minutes extra. I told you. I told you can't rely on those fuel predictions on the ground.
Delta 482, contact LA Center 126.52, we'll see ya.
12652, Delta 482, see ya.
I was just trash, but okay, yeah, whatever.
Oh, I gotta like that frequency coming on there. LA Center, good afternoon. Delta 482 passing 9,400, climbing 17,000.
Delta 482 Los Angeles Center, hello, climb and maintain flight level 350.
Well, maintain level 350, Delta 482. That's flight level 350 blue. We're going through 10,000 over here. I'll keep the lights till a little bit longer, and that's probably about it. So, clear and copy.
Mathematics 8912, you are lead by space northwest. I don't have anybody else to talk trash on, so I guess Oakland is late.
Okay, up here on 330,
we'll see you later.
We could consider doing that.
No worries, I can move further, so I say 912. Do well.
Let's try something. We got 0.3 and 5.5. Let's see what happens if you go ahead and type in 330.
That's Southwest 3950, clear direct to Bison.
Clear direct to Bison, Southwest 3950.
So 330.
3950, actually make it direct to Yala.
Step out, delete that, and give me 350 optimum. Interesting. Actually tells us that we are using more fuel that way. I'm going to press insert nonetheless. And yep, we are using more fuel and we are arriving later. So we're winning absolutely nothing by doing that. Then we'll continue with 350 as planned. And I'm just going to insert an optimum step to 37 over here. Like that. Insert. And now we got 05, 5.2. Not exactly the 03, 5.5 that we had earlier, but it doesn't really matter. Basically same. So happy with it for the time being. Then we'll keep going to level 350. Like that. Okay, lovely. So we've pretty much done everything that we could do for now. I'd say sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us. And then I'll see you all when we start the approach into Orlando. Oh, lovely. We were just about getting ready for our descent here and initiated the descent itself, when suddenly the entire FMS deleted itself. Does anyone remember that one from the Portland flight? Seems to be a common bug then. Alright, let's go into the FMGC here and see. That's all gone. Secondary flight plan, it's all gone. Everything's gone. Okay, well, then, let's,
descend and maintain flight level 210.
Descend and maintain level 210, Delta 482. Okay, so let's see if we can quickly fix that arrival. Direct to Triple Alpha.
Maintain 1,000 feet until further instructions.
Yeah, whatever. Come on, I need to insert a waypoint here. Why is it not giving me a waypoint? Give me something. No, that's not a missed approach point. What are you doing, you piece of thing? Not missed approach. What are you doing? Okay, this is annoying. In the real world, when you lose the flight plan, all you do is just, you know, direct somewhere. Like this. And now we got a waypoint. Now we can enter a new destination. So, Orlando, insert, arrival. That's gonna be an ILS 35 right. And we had the Pricey 4 coming from charge. Okay, that's better. So, next waypoint is gonna be Chevy.
Delta 482, descend and maintain flight level 200.
Descend and maintain level 200, Delta 482. Okay, here we go. Now we got a nav mode again. Well, that's something to start with. Then let's head over here, and we need... No, not a follow me. We need the load sheet. 151.0. And the CG is 31.4. Okay. Good. Now we are slowly rebuilding our FMS. So we got the descent here. We got some performance data. Climb phase. No, that's wrong. Cruise level 350. And I want the descent phase. Thank you. Here we go. Vertical deviation 2000 low. Okay. Speed descent alt flight level 210 magenta. And speed can be managed as well. Here we go. So we're slowly rebuilding everything now. Orlando 36 right. Should actually have been 35 right. Like that. Performance. So 30.08, 18 degrees, and 060 at, I think that was 12 knots. Minimum 290. Like that. Alright. Now we're getting there. 1600 for the acceleration.
Delta 482, descend and maintain 16,000 feet. Altimeter 3008.
Descend and maintain 16,000, 3008, Delta 482. Okay, set QNH. 3008 is cross-check, passing 27.4 now. Okay then, auto brakes low selected, and then the last thing that we had to do down here, go back to the init page, Delta 482. Into here we already scrapped the alternate, so that is fine, because I am committing to landing at Orlando, as we are running a little low on fuel here. So what I've done is to enter a 45-minute reserve, and then we still have 8 or 6 minutes extra on top of that. And remember, legally we only need 30, so basically speaking, if I enter 30 minutes down here, we are ending up with 21 minutes of extra fuel. I'm just inserting 45 in order to get a slightly early alert if we are really getting low on fuel. Okay, so all that good stuff is in here. Then we can basically go straight towards turning those fasten seatbelt signs on and doing the approach briefing as well up here. Actually, tell you what, before we do that, let's go down to the secondary, copy the active, and in here we are going to insert runway 35, or runway 36 left, which is the other one that we could potentially get. So, performance, the minimum for that is 293. I still remember that because I've set it up a minute ago. Okay. Like that. Why did we just lose 600 pounds of fuel? Well, they're gonna come back. They're gonna come back. I think the EFOP calculation is actually slightly bugged here. It changed exactly when I entered my secondary flight plan. I have a feeling it's kind of related to the secondary here. So let's see, we're aiming to Dex right now. What if we take Dex from here and just put that on top? Like that. Alright, that should give us a little better calculation. Here we go. Now it tells us 3.5. Yeah, it's fine. That's still 15 minutes on top. So I'll tell you what, let's enter 30. Then tells us exactly 14 minutes on top. That is good. Okay, wonderful. So that thing is decided now, so let's go ahead and do the briefing. So we're arriving in Orlando via the Price E4 arrival, and it's going to be either an ILS 36 left or 35 right. The arrival is going to be with an MSA of 3,000 all around and the minimum of 290 extra fuel on time. We got 15 minutes on top committed to Orlando. Now we are going to fly this with flight director guidance, config 3, idle reverse, auto brake low, vacates, well, depending on the landing runway. 35 right to the left, 36 left to the right, and we've got more than enough stop margin on both runways. Apart from that, hotspots for taxiing is going to be the crossing of the inner runway. If we just have a very quick look down here, we can... oh, I said down here. Then 35 right, we're vacating up there, and then all the way down here, parking over here. And if we land 36 left, then vacate over here, all the way around down here. Okay, so the crossing of the inner runways is the respective threat. Apart from that, nothing special, nothing non-standard, and that's it. Do you have questions? No? Alright, then let's go ahead and speed this up until we are a little bit closer. And I'll see you in a few moments.
Orlando approach, good afternoon. Orlando altimeter 3008. Expect the ILS runway 35 right approach into Orlando.
Altimeter 3008, expect the ILS 35 right into Orlando Delta 482. Alright, told you so. So, it's descent alt 12000 blue. We're descending on 12000 at the moment. And then we can prepare that ILS approach. Respectively, we have already prepared it, but we now know that we're actually going to get it. So, something I forgot.
482, descend and maintain 7,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 7,000, Delta 482. 7,000 blue. Something I forgot a little earlier, because, well, we were busy with rebuilding our FMS, is to actually do a little PA, so since we're still above 10,000, let's go ahead and chime that in real quick now. Ladies and gentlemen, from Flight, this is your captain speaking. We have started our descent towards Orlando, landing there in approximately 10 minutes. Weather in Orlando, very nice. You can already see it out of the windows. On the left and the right hand side, Orlando is exactly the same as what we see over here, with a temperature of 18 degrees centigrade. Thank you for choosing Delta today. We hope you enjoyed your flight, and we look forward to welcoming you all again on the next one. Okay, so that's our animals briefed. Oh shit, forgot to release the push to talk button. Alright, date with the chief pilot incoming. But that's basically everything we gotta do. So we're now descending at 7,000, we're still following the Price 4 arrival, expecting the ILS 35 right, and then it is gonna be a turn off to the left in Juliet, 2,700 meters, across the bridge, across Lima, Kilo, southbound and Gulf, and then via Hotel 3 into the ramp, airside 4. And we're expecting stamp number 77, which is exactly over here. Okay. And that's pretty much everything there is to it. As you can see, fairly easy.
JetBlue 1451 contact Orlando Tower on 118.45.
Right then, approaching 10,000, lights, signs, EFIS. Like that.
482, turn right, heading 105 vectors for the ILS runway 35 right approach.
Heading 105, vectors ILS 35 right, Delta 482. Okay, speed, vertical speed heading. Extend the center line, please. Where does the final start? At Shisha. Well, Fisha, like that. Alright, what's that final heading? 35 right, 005, so radial 185. Yep, that looks good. And no, enough is not gonna arm. Here we go, heading. That looks better. Alright, Fisha is 24 miles out. Let's go open descent, thrust idle, and heading. Why is there no box around the auto thrust? Yeah, well, no comment. Okay, so that's all the good stuff done. Then let's go ahead and do the approach checklist, please. That's Balraf, QNH 3008. Seatbelts on.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet, turn left, heading 085.
Descend and maintain 4,000, left 085, Delta 482. 4,000 blue, heading 085. Okay, so where were we? Don't actually remember, let's do that again, approach checklist. RF, QNH 3008, seatbelts on, minimum, baro 290, auto brake low, engine mode select the norm, approach checklist complete. Okay, that heading doesn't look too shabby.
Delta 482, proceed direct face shot. Descend and maintain 3,000 feet until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 35 right approach.
Direct face shot, descend and maintain 3,000 until established, cleared ILS 35 right, Delta 482. Okay, that's sounding perfect. Then we are cleared for that approach. India Charlie Echo Romeo is what we receive. And that seems accurate. Alright. Cabin crew, prepare for landing. So, looks like it wants to level off just about at the decel point. Well, they don't care about continuous descent approaches in the States, so that means we don't need to care about them either. Really gotta like those looks. I don't know, the Delta livery is growing on me in the recent couple of days. As you've probably already seen by the stuff I've been posting recently. So, Fisha, 12 miles. Well, let's slow that rate of descent a bit here. Vertical speed. That looks okay. Plenty of distance to lose that speed. Now 19 miles out, 4,600. That's very easy going. So, what does our fuel say now? 4.4 remaining. And yeah, look at that. Plenty of fuel. Even if we go and re-enter the 45-minute limit, we still got 10 minutes on top. Beautiful. I like it. I like it a lot. Alright. Speed 250. Just so that it doesn't start reducing like 9 miles out from Fisha.
Goal 7602 contact.
1,000 to go.
118.45.
118.45 to goal 7602.
Alright, pre-selected. Well then, glide slope is alive. And we can do the rest ourselves here. Oh, come on, shut up. Right, approaching Fischer. Speed managed. And looks like the ILS we're receiving is good. Approach armed. Cat 1, glide slope localizer blue. Alt start. Alt. Flaps 1. Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Contact Orlando Tower on 118.45 crossing face shot.
11845 at Fascia. Delta 482. So, what's the...
Traffic.
Yep, I kinda expected that. Alright, flaps 2. There he is. Yep, that is definitely a loss of separation. Alright, the localizer should capture any second now. I will start following that glide manually in the meantime. Here we go. Glide slope, lock star. And the traffic is gone. Dropped into the lake? I don't know. Well, airport is in sight. Lock.
2500.
Checked. So go around altitude 3000 set.
Right. Holding short, Moxie 843.
I am on here.
Yeah, that's the cabin secure for landing.
Thanks.
See you in the ground, bye.
Orlando Tower, Delta 482, ILS 35 right.
Delta 482, Orlando Tower, roger. Delta 482, wind 060 at 12, runway 35 right, cleared to land.
Runway 35 right, clear to land, Delta 482. Okay, gear down. Flaps 3. And flaps full. Speed checked, flaps full. Landing checklist, ECAM memo, landing no blue, landing checklist complete. Alrighty. Yep, I could absolutely get used to that view. Incredible once again. Just like I said on our arrival into Vegas, the difference between one side of the US and the other side is just... And it's just 4 hours flight time in between. That's what's making this so amazing.
1000.
Checked.
Orlando Tower, American 2170 established.
Both is located seaside, both is located roundabout at the same latitude. Really just that Gulf Stream that's making it so different. And for the flight sim geeks among you, I'm not talking about aircraft here. Beautiful trees and lakes over there, aren't they? So, Orlando, as you guys keep asking me all the time, spoiler's not armed, why is that?
300.
I may have accidentally touched them. Land?
100 above. 200. 200. Minimum.
Continue. So, preceding traffic has vacated.
50.
Hold short of 17 right, JetBlue 1451.
20. Retard. 10. 5.
Short of runway 36 left.
Damn it, that was not the kind of flare I was aiming to do. Okay, spoilers, reverse green, decel. 70 knots.
Remaining.
Auto brake off.
Manual brakes.
900 remaining.
And here we are. Almost to the minute what SimBrief predicted. It's always amazing what that freeware tool can do.
Contact ground on 121.8.
1 to 1.8, Delta 482. Orlando ground, Delta 482.
United 49er 8, hold short of runway 17 right.
Delta 482, Orlando ground, say again.
Delta 482, request taxi to gate, Delta 77.
Welcome to Orlando. Did you know that Orlando is home to the world's largest collection of theme parks? It's true.
Delta 482, taxi to airside, 4 gate 77 via Juliet Lima Kilo, hold short of runway 17 right, then Hotel 1 Golf, Hotel 3. Good day.
Until we reach our final.
Delta 482, airside 477 via Juliet Lima Kilo, hold short 17 right, thereafter Hotel 1 Golf, Hotel 3. Good day.
The local time here in Orlando is 3:10 p.m. Enjoy your stay.
Alright, so we are down here. Juliet Lima Kilo, Hotel 1, Golf, Hotel 3. That's exactly as expected. After landing checklist, radar and predictive wind shear off, after landing checklist complete. So for now we just follow that southwest in front of us. And then we'll see where we're gonna go next.
A321NEO, Rouge 1673.
For now we're still instructed to hold short of the departing runway, which is over there. So no need to go too fast at this point. That southwest is still in front of us anyway. By the way, this is a point where you can be waiting for a long time in the real Orlando. Holding short those departure runways, if they do minimum sequencing on those departure runways, don't be surprised if you're waiting there for like 20 minutes or so. I think my personal record is even more than that.
ready to taxi. Moxie 830, runway 35 left taxi via Echo 2, Foxtrot Hotel.
Okay, so let's see what that southwest is going to do. The runway is located over there.
Left taxi via Echo 2, Foxtrot Hotel, Hotel 10, Moxie 830. Virgin 902, Mike Charlie, ready to taxi.
Let's start that APU, then we can shut down engine number 2 in a few
Runway
moments.
36 right taxi via Echo, hold short of runway 36 left, then Echo.
Runway 36 right taxi via Echo, hold short of runway 36 left, then Echo Virgin 902, Mike Charlie.
Is that water? Well, might have been raining. Well, it's forecast. Even though that may be a little bit much standing water. Delta 482, are we clear to cross runway 17 right?
Delta 482, hold short of runway 17 right, traffic holding in position.
Roger, holding short 17 right, Delta 482.
Delta 482, approved to cross runway 17 right.
Clear to cross runway 17 right, Delta 482. That was exactly...
Delta 482, cross runway 17 right, then...
Yeah, you said that already. That was exactly...
Delta 482, golf.
Yeah, whatever. That was exactly what I would have expected if we would have been in Spain and not a Spanish airline. They make you hold, and then they let you go. Just because they can. Alright, so we continue via Golf Hotel 3, which is basically following that southwest in front of us.
413 ready to taxi. United 413, runway 36.
So, APU is available, we got 4 minutes on the clock. Electric hydraulic pump on, shutting down 2.
Bravo, Bravo 10, United 413.
We are rather light today, so single engine taxi ain't gonna be a problem. Okay then, left over here. So 40% nicely gets us going. Then we just gotta call GSX. Well, let me just get her up to speed here, like 20 knots or so. Because the next exit to the right after this one is already going to be ours. So, airside 4. Stand 77. No follow me needed. So we'll be entering via Hotel 3, which is next to the right, and then 77 is basically right in front.
1554 ready to taxi. Frontier flight 1554, runway 36 right, taxi via Charlie 1, Charlie Bravo 10.
Lights off.
Runway 36 right, taxi via Charlie 1, Charlie Bravo 10, Frontier flight 1554.
Okay, and there's 77. So the radar is off and the taxi lights are off. So there's a martial law right in front of us. I might have been a little bit strong, but yeah, those brakes here still need a little getting used to. Okay, so APU bleed us on, shut down. Cabin crew, all doors and park. And with that, welcome to lovely Orlando. Engines are running down, that's looking good. Bacon is coming off. Slides disarming.
Southwest 672,
Looks like
taxi to parking
that one
via
might be
Juliet.
frozen.
Hold short of runway 18
There we
left,
go.
Juliet 3.
Juliet, hold short of runway 18 left, then Juliet 3.
Okay, parking checklist. Park and brake hot shocks, brake set, engines off, wing light off, fuel pumps off, parking checklist complete. And with that, my friends, welcome to Orlando. Hope you liked this one. As always, be sure to leave your feedback in the comments underneath the video. Like, comment and subscribe. And if you really love what I'm doing on this channel, I would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me Coffee link in the video description below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm looking forward to see you all again on the next one.